everybody, and welcome to MonteysStyle. Today we're doing taste. Today we're going to do a rack of lamb with asparagus, with a banana pepper, with some corn on the cob. And the best thing about this is that I'm going to be grilling the corn on the cob and the rack of lamb. You can actually do the rack of lamb in the oven on a 400 for what? For 15 to 18 minutes if you want it medium rare. I like mine medium rare, but I'm going to do mine on the grill for at least 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not sure, I'm gonna have to watch it because the grill is pretty funny. But when you're doing corn on the cob or on the grill, any season, because I like to grill, and I'm not gonna tell you what season it is, but I like to still grill. So that's why I'm going to do the lamb and the corn on the grill. So the best way to do corn is to put it in water and sea salt. But I usually use a weight to push it down into the water so the corn can be submerged and suck in some of the water and the salt. So you leave that sitting in there about an hour or so, and then you take it out, you go outside to your grill, and you shake it as best as possible. And the corn can stay on the grill for 15 minutes to get it nice and tender. But first, we are going to make a rub for the rack of lamb, which is pretty cool. So I have string beans, I have spinach, I have onions, and I have a red pepper, and I have garlic, and I have some lime juice. And I already have some juice made from some greens I made, which I'm gonna add into this. So first thing we're going to do is make the rub for the lamb. So let's get started. So I'm just gonna come over here and I'm gonna put it in my blender that I juice with. So I'm gonna add a little bit of juice. I'm gonna add some onions and some string beans and some spinach. Oh, I spilled some. String beans. I'm gonna take my bell pepper, break it off, throw it in there. And I'm gonna add my garlic. And I'm gonna add the rest of my juice. So now I'm gonna put that on. And I'm gonna have to use a spoon to get it in there. As you can see, it's pretty thick, which is good. I need it thick. So I'm going to put that in there. Yep. And put the top back on. And I'm gonna add some more, just to make it a little bit more thick. Get that down there. Takes a few minutes, but all you have to do is make sure everything gets down there nicely. And I'm gonna do it one more time. There we go, and my rub is ready. So I'm going to rinse that off, get my stuff in the sink. So, now that we have our rub ready, we're gonna start on our lamb. Now, lamb is pretty funny. Lamb usually comes cut by the butcher, which is good because it usually comes really thick at the end here, and it has a thick piece here that they have to cut off. And they usually just do that and cut off most of the rib part. But we have to do most of the other work because we have to get this fat off of it. So what I'm going to do is cut this fat off, and I'm going to actually save it because I'm going to use it in something else later. I'm going to put it in a plastic bag and I'll freeze it. But let's start on this lamb. So I pre-started it before I started filming because I wanted you to see that we have to get all this fat off. You can go to your local butcher and he'll probably do it for you too. But I like to use this fat in other recipes. It usually comes off really nicely. Look at that, nice. Got that, I'm gonna lay that there. Now I have to get the rest of this fat off here. It's okay, guys, to get in there and use your fingers because you want that fat off of the lamb. Because I'm definitely not gonna eat anybody's fat lamb. Like these pieces here, I will not save. Like I have most of it off here is good, huh? You would never think a lamb is this fat, huh? So, don't think I'm cutting a lot of the meat off because I'm not. Really simple, you just keep cutting thinly until you get that fat off. See that? Just watch your fingers because the fat is really thick and you might just cut your finger. Okay. Look at that, looks good, huh? I like that, it looks good. Got a little fat for flavor, but I think that piece is a little bit too much for me. There we go. That's looking good. You can cut your lamb fat to your particular taste. All right. And I got that done. Put that on the side. And what you usually should do with the lamb is pick it up because you want to try to get as close to this part of the meat here. So you're actually just gonna sliver it down here. Just like that. Make both ends nice and even. That's what you're gonna do. Just like that. Not too far down. Just like that. Just like that. Most people would actually cut this off and cut it out to make the bones thinner. I want a little more meat on my lamb. So I cut them right there. And then what I do, I look at them to see how much meat I actually want to cut off. And on this particular lamb, none. So now I'm going to take my bag that I have for the extra fat, which is not these pieces. This is this piece. Put it in here. Squeeze out the air. And I will be using it sometime in the future. And the other fat I'm just going to throw away. All right. Now that we got that, we are going to put our rub on. So let me wash my hands real quick. Do I touch anything else? All right. Now you're gonna get your sea salt. You're gonna salt your lamb. You're gonna turn it over. You're gonna salt your lamb again. You're gonna use a little black pepper. You're gonna turn it over again. Oops, sorry, we're gonna use our pepper. Now what we're going to do is use our rub. That's gonna be basically simple. You're just going to spoon it out and place it on. That's it. Look at that, that looks great, huh? It's gonna be a nice crust when it's done. I see a large onion in there, it didn't get chopped, but that's fine too. Okay, so now all we have to do now is place this on the grill with our corn. So I'm gonna place this on the grill and I'll be back to do the asparagus with the banana. And just remember, on the grill, your lamb and your corn should be on there for 15 minutes. Lamb maybe a little bit more. I say 10 to 18. So we're gonna do it 15. So I'll be back, I'll see you when I come back. And don't forget, guys, to turn your corn every 7 minutes. So that's just one time. And if you can see how the lamb is doing, it's doing really well. So it has about another 5 minutes and we'll be taking it inside. Hi everyone, and welcome back. We are going to get that lamb and corn off the grill soon. So we're going to prepare our asparagus, because once we bring the lamb in, we're gonna let it rest a little bit. So what we have to do now, what I like to do, is take it off of the rubber bands. And I just wanna give it a good wash to get some of the dirt and some of the supermarket chemicals or whatever that they spray with in their water off. I'm gonna shake them. I'm gonna bring them back. This is from my garden. So I'm going to line them up really carefully. And in one shot, I'm going to get rid of what I don't want, which is all of that. Now, remove some hands off again. Rinse my hands off, and I'm going to slice this banana in large pieces. It smells good too. And then I'm going to cut them in half, Just like that. And now my asparagus and my pepper is ready. All I have to do now is go get that lamb and corn off the grill. Okay, now that I've brought the lamb in, I'm slicing it. It's medium rare, it looks still delicious. I'm gonna fix it to my delight, and I'm gonna let it sit and rest. While that's sitting and resting, I'm going to start my asparagus, which is easy. I'm just gonna throw it into the pot. And turn this flame down. I'm just gonna saute them a little bit. That easy. I'm gonna add a little salt. I'm gonna add a little pepper. I'm gonna add a little Italian seasoning with a little sea salt. And guess what? We are ready to plate. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my corn. I'm going to shuck my corn, which is really easy. Nice and done. Pull off the ends, just like that. It's nice and warm and hot. And I'm going to place it on the plate. That looks beautiful, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my medium rare, lamb. I'm going to place it on the side, like my lamb till lay down. Just like that. And now all I have to do is get my asparagus out. I can use this. There's nothing raw than on it. I'm gonna grab my asparagus. I'm gonna put it in the middle. While it's nice and fresh. I'm gonna get some hot peppers. Top it off with that. I'm going to salt my corn. I like to taste my corn, so I'm not going to add butter. But here is your finished product. I'm going to try my lamb with my crust from the grill. That's really good. Now I'm going to try my asparagus with a hot pepper. That's delicious. Oh my gosh. It has a great heat. The lamb is perfect. Wow. Now I'm going to try my corn. Perfectly cooked. That's really good. And it's sweet. Wow. Guys, you don't know what you're missing. This lamb is, look at that. Can you see how nice and grilled that lamb is? That is delicious. Wow, guys, you don't know what you're missing. perfectly medium rare. That's really good. All right, I'm a foodie, so I could keep eating and talking at the same time, which is rude. So, everyone, hey now, smile now. Thank you for joining me in Taste, and I'll see you on the next episode where we will be roasting a turkey. All right, I'll see you then. Have a great day and a great weekend, whichever one. Bye, guys.